Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind. Last time when we left off we were exploring here in what I'm calling the Tel Mora region of the map, kind of the northeast, chunk of Vardenfell. And we left off at a Daedric ruin of Asutanamus. Let's poke around and see what we can find. That has to be... whatever that is must be out here some... oh, nope. It's a golden saint. With a Daedric tower shield. Nice. So if you didn't already have one, bear in mind that's the one item that must be found in random loot. There are no guaranteed Daedric tower shield spawns anywhere in the game. It's just the unfortunate reality. Anyway, Asutanamus. Let's see what we can find. There's it's either an Ogrim or an Ogrim Titan. Standard Ogrim. Easier version. Oh. Hold up. Got the usual non-hostile people outside. This is adding. I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm adding. How can I help you? Background. I am adding Barbarian. That's it for him. And we have Virgerd. I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Virgerd. How can I help you? Background. I am Virgerd, Barbarian. Okay, and that's it for her. And with that, this is definitely a Dremora Lord. Handle him pretty easily. Ooh, he had a Daedric Katana. Well, what else have we aggroed? And where is it? It's not up here. Ah, it's a Cliff Racer. And we can enter Asutanamus Shrine. Well, this place is pretty straightforward. Now, the people in here should be hostile. Yep, we've got Arvamia Dalvani, who has a copy of a new destruction skill book called The Art of War Magic, which we'll go ahead and read. Alright, so we'll read this one and take it off the book list. The Art of War Magic by Zurin Arctus with commentary by other learned masters. Chapter 3, Dispositions. Master Arctus said, 1. The moment to prepare your offense is the moment the enemy becomes vulnerable to attack. Leros Chael. Knowledge of the enemy mage's mind is of the foremost importance. Once you know his mind, you will know his weaknesses. Said Mar, Master Arctus advised Tiber Septim before the Battle of Five Bridges not to commit his reserves until the enemy was victorious. Tiber Septim said, if the enemy is already victorious, what use committing the reserve? To which Master Arctus replied, only in victory will the enemy be vulnerable to defeat. Tiber Septim went on to rout an enemy army twice the size of his. 2. The enemy's vulnerability may be his strongest point. Your weakness may enable you to strike the decisive blow. Marandro Ur. In the wars between the Nords and the Chimer, the Nord shamans invariably used their mastery of the winds to call down storms before battle to confuse and dismay the Chimer warriors. One day a clever Chimer sorcerer conjured up an ice demon and commanded him to hide in the rocks near the rear of the Chimer army. When the Nords called down the storms as usual, the Chimer warriors began to waver, but the ice demon rose up as the storm struck, and the Chimer turned in fear from what they believed was a Nord demon and charged into the enemy line, less afraid of the storm than of the demon. The Nords, expecting the Chimer to flee as usual, were caught off guard when the Chimer attacked out of the midst of the storm. The Chimer were victorious that day. 3. When planning a campaign, take account of both the arcane and the mundane. The skillful battle mage ensures that they are in balance. A weight lifted by one hand is heavier than 2 weights lifted by both hands. 4. When the arcane and mundane are in balance, the army will move effortlessly like a swinging door on well-oiled hinges. When they are out of balance, the army will be like a 3-legged dog with one leg always dragging in the dust. 5. Thus, when the army strikes a blow, it will be like a thunderclap out of a cloudless sky. The best victories are those unforeseen by the enemy but obvious to everyone afterwards. 6. The skillful battle mage ensures that the enemy is already defeated before the battle begins. A close-fought battle is to be avoided. The fortunes of war may turn aside the most powerful sorcery, and courage may undo the best-laid plans. Instead, win your victory ahead of time. When the enemy knows he is defeated before the battle begins, you may not need to fight. 7. Victory in battle is only the least kind of victory. Victory without battle is the acme of skill. 8. Conserving your power is another key to victory. Putting forth your strength to win a battle is no demonstration of skill. This is what we call tactics, the least form of the art of war magic. Thulidin dir Tharkun. By tactics, Master Arctus includes all the common battle magics. These are only the first steps in an understanding of war magic. Any hedge mage can burn up his enemies with fire. Destroying the enemy is the last resort of the skillful battle mage. 9. The battle is only a leaf on the tree. If a leaf falls, does the tree die? But when a branch is lopped off, the tree is weakened. When the trunk is girdled, the tree is doomed. 10. If you plan your dispositions well, your victories will seem easy, and you will win no acclaim. If you plan your dispositions poorly, your victories will seem difficult, and your fame will be widespread. Marandro Sul. Those commonly believed to be the greatest practitioners of war magic are almost always those with the least skill. The true masters are not known to the multitude. All right. We'll put that back. There's no need to take it with us. And we'll fight the other one in this room. This is Aranus Sarunia, who's got an apprentice's probe for me. Hey, 77 security. Excellent. This is a Molag Bal shrine. In here we fight Drathan Andavel. And Chark, who has a copy of Mystery of Talara Part 2. A restoration skill book we've already read. All right. With that, we've cleared this place out. I don't need any of the stuff on the altar. Let's just check back here. Nothing new there. No upper level, so we are done and free to leave. Oh shit. Didn't realize that, or I forgot that I had set it so the Daedra would respawn. Alright, there are 2 other locations on this island that I want to track down. If we proceed more or less due east from these ruins, and I'm not entirely certain how doable that is. We may wind up having to levitate. Let's focus on the Saint. She's much more dangerous than the Shalk is. And then again, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's a small island. I don't mind going around. Simpler that way, for sure. I am much happier when I'm able to bag cliff racers from a distance. Let's start using up this huge surplus of iron arrows we're toting now. We've burned through the chitin flavor. In the event of a water enemy, we'll have to switch to our katana. That's a known factor, though. Here's what I'm looking for. The Lost Shipwreck. Something's after me. Help, another droog. Alright, let's try the cabin first. Now, there's not much to this shipwreck. Silver Spark Slayer in a wooden chest. Seems to be it for the cabin. So now let's try the cargo hold. Here in the upper level, got a couple of ingredient barrels, but nothing to write home about. Corpse has a little bit of gold. If we descend to the lower level, besides another small slaughterfish, we've got another corpse. and a few containers with some fairly mediocre loot inside. And that's it. Still, naturally, thoroughness demands we explore this place. Now, the last bit on this particular island is just a rogue Ashlander camp. Which is over to the north of Asutanamus, the Daedric ruin. Missed. He's blighted. He was able to survive the first shot. It's alright. Oh, come on. Why do they have to swim that weird circle? Huh. That was a pretty obvious clipping error. Anyway, I'm trying to make my way to a little spot north of Asutanamus where there is a rogue Ashlander camp. Here we'll have the pleasure of fighting Zanamu Urshumusa. And Kanud Odima Besser. Now, from here, we want to head back over to the main island of Vardenfell. From here, if we head northwest, cross the water that way, back to the main island. Now I'm just trying to keep my eyes open. There's another rogue Ashlander camp up here. There they are. Let's deal with these guys. Oh, come on. Those were Yan Asanabi. And Surishpi. So, from here, I just want to head southwest. More or less straight on. Couple of allets. And what we're going to find, hopefully soon, is a cave called Dubdilla. Now this is the site of a later vampire quest, so we'll be skipping it, but make note of where it is. Finally, if we continue southwest, looks like we'll have a couple of Daedra to fight. Interesting. Shit. 3 of them. Let's go deal with this Ogrim too. This one might be a Titan. Where this is ultimately taking us is all the way back to the actual road where we first came out of the Zainab camp. And that is right up here. Now, we're ready to continue north toward Telvos and Vos. First up along this road, it'll be up here on the left. There have been a lot of these. Even more in the Grazelands than in the Ashlands, it feels like, at least. Keep the road in sight. Over here to the left, we've got more rogue Ashlanders. And they are hostile, so we'll just go ahead and fight them. We've got Patus Asumanalit. And Nind Dudnabeson outside. Dudna Bison, I think. Then, if we enter the yurt, we can fight Kitbale Asurnumanit. Alright, Kitbale's got a little gold. I'm going to repair my stuff just because it's been a while. We can loot out the yurt, not that I expect to find much. And we're done. From here we can get back on the road and continue north. We're actually getting pretty close to Vos and Telvos, and even almost back to the Ahamusa camp. We follow the road. We'll wind up at this intersection. There's a path straight ahead. Well, you can see there are 3 paths, right? There are actually 4. If we turn right, there's a 2-way split. That goes to both Telvos and Vos. We aren't going to do that yet. There's a path straight ahead, which I'll just tell you also leads to Telvos, which is that... Oh, we haven't seen a Telvanni structure yet, and we aren't going to quite yet. This path straight ahead also goes to Telvos. We want to break left first, just to kind of backfill a little of the gap between here, and I'll tell you what this road ultimately leads to is the Ahamusa camp. So we'll stay in the wilderness a little bit longer, finish mapping things out. As we track this path here, spot an Ogrim up there. Deal with it. How did I get so laden? I must have picked up something heavy that I didn't notice. I disposed of someone's corpse without meaning to. I was like, that is more weight than I was carrying. I'm pretty sure. That's better. Alright, so you can see the signs. Telvos and Vos are pointing back that way, and we find another intersection, right or left. We're going to go left first. First on the docket is going to be yet another pair of rogue Ashlanders. There they are. Ouch. Alright, so we got Ansu Sanatbale. And Zabi Adidshina. Alright, so if we continue along this path, and I'll go ahead and do it, it ends at a big Dwemer ruin called Nachuleft. We've got it on the map now. Nachuleft is the site of a House Telvanni quest. So we won't be exploring it now. I'll check it out and find the entrance. That's about it. Here it is, Nachuleft. We'll be back here later. For the moment, let's just follow this path back to the last intersection. Oh, I aggroed a winged twilight. Never even saw it. As we head back this way, you can see we're pretty thoroughly mapping the Grazelands. We're already almost done. Because this path we're exploring right now is ultimately going to circle us back to the Ahamusa camp, and that'll be the end of it. There are a few more things to explore between here and there. So we head northwest here. Very soon there's another split, right and left. Let me gun down all these various critters I see before they can make trouble for me. I think I actually want to turn right first. Let me see. So, if we turn right first, you'll note there's actually an entrance to the Telvos dungeon, which does connect over to Telvos, so we'll leave that alone for now. Sorry, just a lot of things to add to the backlog, because as it turns out, so up here is the Mudan Mul egg mine, which is the site of a later House Telvanni quest. So we'll be skipping that and returning to the last intersection and heading west. This is unreal, how much shit's going on here. So, let's keep going west along this path. And before too long, we're going to run into the Nerano ancestral tomb. We're also not exploring this yet. We will be sent here during the main quest, believe it or not. So we'll leave that one alone for the moment. And now, the next thing we're going to find as we follow the path, and thank goodness, something besides simple exploration is finally about to happen. If we proceed up to the next intersection, you'll notice the rocks there and the white Guar that Urshamusa Rapley in the Ahamusa camp asked us to find. Your journal has been updated. I have found the white Guar. Once I got in range of it, it immediately began to move west. Okay. Well, let's follow it. You've got to stay pretty close. It doesn't, it won't go very far ahead of you, so... You can kind of see what he's leading us to already. You can see a corpse tucked away over here behind that tree. Your journal has been updated. The Guar has led me to a cluster of rocks and trees. Here I found the corpse of a woman who looks like she was once a healer. Ashamanu. Amulet of Ashamanu. Cure blight disease and restore health on self. Okay, now we're finally about to actually explore another dungeon. Believe it or not. So, if you look to the northwest, it's pretty easy to spot another cave. Let's kill the stuff outside first. Missed. Crud. This is a 6th house cave called Sanit. Let's clear it out. Already got an ash zombie bum rushing us, so I suppose we'll deal with it first. There's a fucking Bone Lord. I hate it when they're undead in here. Got him. Alright. So I don't really necessarily want to start out going straight. I just want to loot the corpses. Alright, so let's switch to the local map. Right's just a dead end. If we go left, what will we see? An Ascended Sleeper. Thankfully, they just do pure destruction magic, so you can kind of let them cast it willy-nilly. Let's continue. Here's an ash ghoul. That one kite and arrow's just not going away. Little one that could, I suppose. Anyway, make our way up this catwalk and enter the Sanit Shrine. The usual dreamers. Oh, come on now, really? And still my kite and arrow hangs on. So here's your treasure trough, which you can almost always find in here. I assume it's the worldly possessions of those who have come to the shrine to dream. Note the copy of the Wolf Queen, Book 3. Alrighty. 100 iron arrows. Jesus. I'm getting loaded up with ammo. Then in here, that's just your corpus meat. Over here, of course, is your altar. So we came in right there. On the other side is simply another exit. And if we head through here... Oops. Well, I guess that'll get rid of the kite and arrow if nothing else does. Got another ash ghoul. Oh, come on. And then, if you haven't already figured it out, this is really just going to loop us right back to the entrance. And we're done. Let's see where this path takes us. That's our bro, the white Guar. Path kind of fizzles out here. So I want to head back to the east, where we first met the white Guar. And this should actually look familiar. We've seen these paths before. Alright, so let's head east from here. I have about 10 minutes left in this video. We're just following the path. Now I'm ready to talk to Athend and Girith. Stranger, yes you, please, can you help me? I've been attacked by a couple of bastard Ashlanders who robbed me and left me for dead. Bastard Ashlanders. I'd know them anywhere. They looked kind of like normal dark elves, but wild. They wore animal skins and had tattoos, and they had odd hair. They should be easy to spot, friend. It's no surprise they robbed me. Journal updated. Yes, the bastard Inwas nearly killed me, and they took my entire shipment of Guar hides. It's easy to tell they're mine. They have my damn mark on them. Look, if you can help me get those hides back and kill the fetchers who stole them, I promise you an excellent reward. Although I have nothing left since I was attacked, my friend Berwin in Tel Mora will be most generous, I promise you. What do you say? Journal updated. I'll see if I can find your hides for you. Excellent. Go get those bastard Ashlanders. I promise when you get those hides back to me, Berwin will be very generous. She has a stake in this trade, after all, and we can't let an unwarranted attack on a Guarhide trader ruin business. Attack on a Guarhide trader. That's what happened, all right. Fetchers, all of them. Gareth's Guarhides. Good luck finding them, friend. My entire business depends on getting those back. All right, let's check our journal. The quest is called Gareth's Stolen Hides. And of course I want to actually read the journal updates. The trader Athandan Gareth claims he has been attacked by two Ashlanders who robbed him and left him for dead. Gareth has described the Ashlanders that attacked him. They looked kind of like a normal dark elf, but wild. They wore animal skins and had tattoos, and they had odd hair. This may not narrow down my search as much as I had hoped. Gareth claims that the Ashlanders have stolen his shipment of Guar hides, and he would like my help in getting them back. If I can retrieve the stolen hides, his friend Berwin in Tel Mora will reward me well. I have agreed to try and hunt down the missing Guar hides for Athandan Gareth. It will be best to check with the local Ashlanders first. So they're due east of here, but before we go after them, in keeping with doing the quest the way it was meant to be solved, let's head to the Ahamusa camp. First, we can report into Urshamusa Rapley with the amulet we found. Tell me what you have found, you who have seen in my visions. Have you found the White Guar? White Guar. I have seen your journey in a vision. I know what the White Guar led you to, and I know who she was. In my vision I saw you were led to the corpse of Ashimanu. She was a healer many, many years ago. She gave her own life to save the lives of others. It is said that she will give her life again and again so that others may live through her sacrifice. You have witnessed a miracle, my child. You now hold the amulet of Ashimanu. Your journal has been updated. And actually, the Amulet of Ashimanu, I should note, is on my unique item list. So let me take it off before I forget. Your journal has been updated. Healer, Amulet of Ashimanu. Thank you, child. This amulet will be the salvation of my people. Take this in return. It is a shield of legend among my people, the shield of the undaunted. Use it and you will feel the strength return to weary limbs. Travel well, friend. So, of course, the Shield of the Undaunted is also on my unique items list. I'm not entirely certain. Well, I'm pretty sure the Amulet of Ashimanu is better, but I don't mind. Your journal has been updated. Attack on a Guarhide trader. No, we have not done this thing. The ones you are looking for are Emilron and Cashtus Illibail. They are outcasts belonging to none of our tribes. You should be able to find them south of here along the water's edge. May you bring them swift justice. Your journal has been updated. Awesome. I have returned to the Ashlander camp and spoken with Urshumusa Rapley. She seemed aware that I had found the Guar and where it had led me. She also knew of the amulet I found on the corpse. It is called the Amulet of Ashamanu. Urshumusa believes the amulet will allow her to cure her people of the disease that has plagued them. In gratitude, she gave me the Shield of the Undaunted, which is apparently a local legend. I've spoken to Ashlanders about the missing Guar hides. They tell me that the two I am searching for are named Emilron and Illibail. They are outcasts belonging to no Ashlander tribe. They can apparently be found camped south of the Ahamusa camp along the shore. That is accurate. So let's track the shore and head south. Sure enough, you can see a Guar over here, along with a couple of rogue Ashlanders. Oh, they're not hostile. Let's talk to Cashtus Illibail. Attack on a Guarhide trader. We have the hides, High Elf, and we shall keep them. You have made a mistake coming here, for we cannot allow you to leave. Offer what prayers you may, for your time is over. I see. So let's deal with them. We got kite and arrows again. There's a pack Guar. Here's Emilron. And he's the one who has 10 Girith's Guarhide. Okay. Okay, we are very close to done running around out here in the Grazelands. First thing I want to do is get back to Athandan Girith. He should be more or less due west of where we found those hides. Yep, there he is. I can't believe those damned Ashlanders would take my hides. Dirty fetchers, all of them. Thank you for getting them back. It's good to hear you were able to make those fetchers pay as well. Make sure to see Berwyn and tell Mora for your reward. I'll send word along the trade routes to make sure she keeps an eye out for Travis. Journal updated. Guar hides removed. For our purposes, we are just about ready to head to Vos and tell Vos. So let's follow the path, follow the signs heading that direction. Vos and Telvos are two separate settlements, although the linkage is fairly obvious. Telvos is an ordinary village, pretty small. Telvos is a pretty unique structure. It merges a typical Telvanni tower with a typical imperial fort. Before we mess with that, as we follow the signs, you'll note one final intersection here. If we follow the path to the right, we find the Sinaralit egg mine. This is the last place we need to explore before we head to the settlement, so let's just head inside. No red haze, so it's not blighted. We'll go left first. There's a single skeleton in here that just has an iron battle axe next to it. Other than that, the only items are the Quama eggs and the Quama, so we're just here to make sure we fully explore, and then we'll take off. Left, straight, and right, and we're finished. Okay, good. Now, we should be able to get to Vos. Vos and Telvos are this way. Now, Telvos is up on the left, Vos is on the right, and here it is. And we are going to end this video here. This has been Let's Play Morrowind. We've essentially mapped out the Grazelands. Next time we'll explore the village of Vos, then the Tower of Telvos, and then we'll make our way over to these islands to check out the town of Tel Mora. Until then, thank you so much for watching. And actually, one last thing. Let me find the boat. Vos is accessible by boat. So it's been a long time since we did this, but we can recall back to Balmora and offload, which is good because we're kind of in dire need. So let's drop off 566 of these arrows. Let's just use up the chitin arrows. Actually, I've got enough. I like to carry 100 arrows with me, so all the chitin plus 3 iron. Here's the Shield of the Undaunted, cast when used. So leave behind the Bow of Shadows, the Widowmaker, the Shield of the Undaunted. All of these restore Magicka ingredients. Let's see. A lot of probes. And let's get 2 more armorer's hammers to bring with us. And now we can get to Vos by boat. You'll give me just a moment. All right. Excellent. Let's go to Aldrune, and then to Cool. And now from Cool, we can sail to Dagon Fell. And from Dagon Fell, we can go to Tel Mora, which we don't want to explore yet. And then from Tel Mora, we can go to Vos. I want to start at the town entrance proper, which is up here, where the signage was. And now that I've offloaded, I'm feeling much better, and I'm going to end the video right here. This has been Let's Play Morrowind. We've more or less mapped out the entirety of the Grazelands. Next time, we'll start by exploring the village of Vos. Until then, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please consider clicking an ad, liking, sharing, or subscribing, any or all of which will really help me out. But regardless, please know that I really do appreciate the time you spend watching, and hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.